Hey. Welcome everybody to this week's episode of We Have Some Notes with T and Tail. If you're watching, you can see that T is not with us this week. It is just me, your girl Tail. T has left me all by myself. No one to turn to. Oh, okay. I won't do that to y'all. Well, welcome to this week's episode of We Have Some Notes. It's just me this week. My friend is living her best life. She is in Aruba, and she is getting some much needed rest, peace, quiet, if you will. And I love that for her. I wish I could have fit myself into her suitcase. Because I too need to be in somebody's Aruba. Because it's ghetto here, child. It's ghetto. But either way, we are going to have fun this week. I am going to hold it down as best as I can. In T's absence. Y'all, what is going on with this weather? It's like 76 degrees in the day and 33 degrees at night. I'm hot and cold at the same time. Look, I've got my ice, cold water, and my hot green tea. Okay, I don't know what to do. All right, I'm ready to go outside with one Tim and one flip-flop. I don't know what's going on. All right, this is how people stay sick. I have been sick all week. Oh my goodness. But it is what it is. Tis is fall. All right, so you guys know I have a whole bunch of stuff to talk to you guys about this week. And I'm doing it by myself. I'm a little bit nervous, but we're going to make it work. And I was really debating. I was like, do I just take somebody said off of the routine for this week? But then I was like, no, that's T's favorite. We can't take somebody said off of today's run of show. So I am going to play somebody said with you. I mean, hey, you probably get as many right as he does. So it doesn't matter. You guys can play along. Okay, so I'm still going to kick off today's show with somebody said. So let's go get into. All right, do you guys need me to still explain to you how this works? This is somebody said. This is a trivia game that I made up, okay? So the rules are as follows. I'm going to give you a quote. It can be a direct quote. It can be an indirect quote. Something funny that happened this week or that stood out to me. Something from a movie. Something from a song. Something that I can just have imagined in my head that I've had a conversation with this person that I absolutely did not talk to, okay? I don't know these people, but this is what I think they may have said or have wanted to say. All right, we're going to go into the first one. First one is, somebody said, Reese's gives you wings. Okay, I'm going to give you to the music countdown. You ready? Go. You probably already know the answer. This one I think is easy. Do you guys know it? Okay. The correct answer is Angel Reese. Angel Reese, you guys. Reese's gives you rings because Angel Reese got wings. Whatever. Y'all don't know how my mind is set up. But if you don't know, Angel Reese will be walking in the upcoming Victoria's Secret fashion show. She's going to be an angel. She's going to have her wings. It's going to be so cute. Let's see if I have any clips for you guys to see. She's actually, Victoria's Secret announced that Angel is actually the first professional athlete, okay, to walk down the runway as a model wearing the rings. Like, this is so dope. I mean, a face card that does not decline. She's giving body, addy. She's giving athlete. She's giving pretty girl. She's giving multifaceted. I love this for Angel. Okay. Did you guys get that one? I feel like that was pretty. That one was pretty easy. All right. Next one. Somebody said, I'm catching melodies, not felonies. Ooh. I'm catching melodies, not felonies. I'm catching melodies. That's just it? If you said Ashley Darby, you would be correct. So this was a little shade that Ashley Darby, I think she shared this in one of her stories or something. But this is shade to Dr. Wendy. How do y'all say her last name, child? Osefo? We're going to talk about that later in the show, but Wendy might be a felon. We don't know, allegedly, perhaps, maybe. I don't know. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it later because I've been clutching my pearls. All right, next one. Did you guys get that one? That was pretty. I feel like that was pretty easy. Next quote. Somebody said, play with your hairline, not with my wife. I know that's right. Do you guys know who said that? Play with your hairline. My wife. And not with my wife. Did you guys get it? Okay, if you guys guessed Alexis Ohanian, you would be correct, okay? Because Alexis said not too much on Serena B. Williams. I know that's right. Okay, so do you guys know this story? So Stephen A. Smith was talking mad smack. Let me see if I can pull it up for you guys. Okay, so he had been talking mad smack on his show about Serena, and he had all this stuff to say about, if I was Alexis, I would tell her, wop the bam, talking about her Super Bowl cameo performance. Okay, I pulled up this little snippet from the group. And it says that after Stephen A. Smith criticized Serena Williams' Super Bowl cameo, the Reddit co-founder showed up. I'm here. You had so much to say. I'm here. He just showed up at the first take with receipts. Okay, let me show you what Stephen was talking about.
The Serena moment for me?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
If I'm your husband, I'm like, why are you up there dancing or something?
I wanted my leave.
No,
that's what he said.
If I'm married and my wife is going to join trolling her ex, go back to his ass. Because clearly you done.
Which is asinine and crazy because, like, you said if she was your wife. Sir, Serena is not married to you. That's where you could have started and stopped. But that's okay. Alexis gathered him. Let's check it out.
I think you had some marriage advice for me. Is that right? Or
Well, you know what? Listen, I did it. People, headlines are headlines. We can get into that another time. But I
was hoping you were going to be here.
I am not qualified. Married?
Right.
Oh no, not me.
Well,
I ain't qualified, my brother. I'm not qualified.
I was going to ask because you hadn't been married before, right?
I am married.
No, see.
hasn't.
Okay. Yeah, because I give advice to plenty of founders who want to build billion-dollar companies. And the reason I do that is because I build billion-dollar companies.
Yeah.
So I generally try to stay in my lane as advice
Then
department.
we'll talk marriage advice later. I'm
All right.
13 years strong. We got
Deal.
you.
Cleared. I know that's right. Talk about what you know. Sir, ain't got no wife and ain't gonna get no wife. Focus on your hairline. That's what I imagine. That's just what I imagine. He said to him, okay, we're going to go to the next one. That was spicy, right? I like Alexis. I like him. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, somebody said, ooh, I see my name is still in your mouth, though. Hold on, let me give you guys y'all countdown. I don't know, y'all got it wrong. Let's see. I see my name is still in your mouth, though. Who do y'all think said that? You got it? If you guys said my girl Taylor Swift T-Swizzle, because wait a minute. Why all the think pieces? Why all of this? Oh, Taylor Swift really let me down with Life as a Showgirl album. The Swifties are mad at this album. The Swifties are really upset about this album. Well, in response, Taylor Swift said, I welcome the chaos. Okay. The rule of show business is if the first week of my album release and you are either saying my name or my album title, you are helping. Ooh. She said, I have a lot of respect for people's subjective opinions on art, and I am not the art police. Listen, I keep telling y'all, I like Tay-Tay. I am not listening to this album. Okay? But I like my girl Tay-Tay. She's got spunk. Okay? She's got energy. She read the hell out of y'all. Okay? She said, I don't give a damn. You still got my name in your mouth. We doing numbers. Tay-Tay is reading you hoes for filth. Tay-Tay is reading you girls. Okay? She said, I don't give a damn. Okay? Speaking of Tay-Tay, now let me pull up because listen, I'm on the grapejuice.net. They said that as of today, October 12th, Taylor Swift's 12th studio effort has soared past 1 billion streams, and that's on Spotify alone. Okay? Listen, do something else besides, like, I don't know, do something else besides the think pieces on Tay-Tay. She don't care. You're helping. You heard it straight from her. Let me see if they said anything else in this report. They said that she's already shattered records in the UK. The album premiered number 1 over there. It's also on top of the Billboard 200. And it's already confirmed that this album is the highest sales of the Nielsen era of data recording, now surpassing Adele's decade-long sales record. Find you somebody else to play with. Tay-Tay don't give a damn. This is what I think she probably will do. Because does she do this? I feel like a lot of other artists do this. So maybe she'll release a little deluxe album, take y'all feedback or whatever, put it on a deluxe album, and then she'll give y'all a little getchy ayah marmalade. You know what I mean? Like she'll give you a little Creole lady marmalade. Since y'all don't like that there's no brass, she'll give you a little bit of brass, a banjo on a deluxe. But either way, she won. And I told y'all last week, she's probably still going to sweep all the awards. So, you know, it is what it is. Let's go to the next one. Y'all ready? I am just frozen. Because there's nobody I can shift to. So if I freeze, I just need to stop and I'll have to edit it later. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Y'all ready for the next quote? Okay. Somebody said, grrr. Did y'all get it? Did you get it? Okay, if you said Saucy Santana, then yes, you are correct. Listen, there was so much going on last week with this Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, JT, Hennessy, Saucy. Like, it was just a lot. Okay, it was just a lot. But this was one of the funnier things that happened. So, okay, so Saucy went on this rant in Spaces. I don't know, is this Twitter Spaces? I don't know. So he went on there and he had this to say about JT's man. Okay, listen.
The only time we see your nigga smile is when he doing an interview and you not there. Bitch, when I was at your birthday party, when he came to motherfucking, when King first got out of prison, at your album release parties, at Wireless, whatever festival that was. Bitch, you been running around with this narrative for so motherfucking long.
What would make him growl like that? What would make him, y'all? Sir, please, okay, please. It's too much. It's too much. Okay. Anyway, that was this week's. Hang on a second. I hit my lip gloss. That was this week's segment of Somebody Said. Did you guys play along with me? Okay, put in the comments how many questions you got correct. Did you guys beat T's score? T on average gets about 2 out of 5 of these correct. We love her though. T, this was for you. I cannot. Okay, hold on. Okay, I hope you guys have that. Let's get ready to go into our next segment, which I like to call, what do I want to call this? We need a name. I'm thinking about, I got to run this by T, but maybe I'll call it Screen Notes, right? Screen Notes, because we dedicate a little section every week to what we are watching or what we want to watch, what's putting you guys on. So I am super duper excited. Season 2 of Alex Cross is coming back. Okay, I'm super duper excited about watching this.
Alex, stay alive.
If anyone hears about this, you're done.
I got
We know everything about you.
Oh my gosh, this looks so good. I cannot wait to watch. It is starring, I think you say his name, Aldous Hodge. Okay. Have you guys gotten into Cross? Did you guys watch season 1? So of course this is from the famous Alex Cross series. And this is like from a James Patterson novel, right? Now do y'all remember when Tyler Perry did one of the movies? We don't talk about Bruno, no. But anyway, okay. So it gives you mystery, it gives you betrayal, it gives you storylines and plots that plot. I love everything about this. And then this series is just like, there's like black. It's just black. Alex Cross is always black, I guess. But yeah, I think they really do a really, really great job of like incorporating like black culture in there. Let's see. This says that the sophomore season of the crime thriller series, starring and executive produced by Aldous Hodge will debut next year. So I think I saw in there that it said November 11th. The new season of the Amazon MGM Studios and Paramount Television Studios produced series will have 8 episodes. It's not enough. It's not enough. Okay. They say that Cross is a complex, twisted, post-pounding thriller. And it is. It really does keep you on the edge of the seat. They ain't never lied. This comes from executive producer, showrunner, and writer Ben Watkins, and it's based upon characters from Wayne Patterson's best-selling Alex Cross book series. Listen, go watch season 1 if you haven't watched season 1 yet. Okay, you still got time. But it is so good. I was on the edge of my seat. It's like plot twists. There's like, the serial murders are creepy. It kind of reminds me of did you guys watch Luther? It reminds me of like the creepy serial killers in Luther. So good. Go check out, or we're gonna come back. We're gonna watch Cross together. But if you haven't watched season 1, you got time to go watch season 1. Okay. Now the next screen note that we have that's coming up, and I don't know why people are acting like they are not gonna watch this. Okay, because not only am I gonna watch this, I'm superseded. Everybody is in this show. Okay, this is called All's Fair. Let's play a little bit of this.
She's not getting.
Okay. Men, they are terrified of women in power. And women besting men in divorce? No.
Okay, so this is a new up and coming. This is a new up and coming series from Hulu. It's from Ryan Murphy. Baby, everybody is in this series, okay? You see Kim Kardashian, you see Tiana Taylor. They say Glenn Close is making an appearance in it. Who else are we watching? Naomi Watts is in it. Niecy Nash. I think she's Niecy Nash Betts now. Sarah Paulson. This is gonna be so good. Like, why are y'all acting like Kim, because Kim Kardashian is in this, y'all are not gonna watch this show? Look at this. We're seated. You can say what you want to say, and I know you're gonna say it, but we are watching this show. I feel like it's gonna give me like Big Little Lies, but Big Little Lies meets like O.J. Simpson trial when they redid that series. I don't know. I feel like that's the tone of what this series is going to be about. Look, Kim Kardashian is in there getting married. This is real life. This is close for her. This is not a big jump. I think she's going to be just fine in this role. Okay. And she's supported by all these other amazing, talented actresses. So listen, I cannot wait to watch, what is this called? All's Fair. Okay, so when does this come out? I think All's Fair comes out on November 4th. Okay. And I'm mistaken. Cross is February 11th. So not November 11th, February 11th. You got a lot of time to watch Cross. All right. And so the last thing that I'm going to try to check out this week is After the Hunt. Okay, now we talked to you guys about After the Hunt a little bit before, but this is starring Julia Roberts and oh my gosh, what is her name? Ayo Edebiri. I think Andrew Garfield is also in this. Here's the thing. This is just a limited release in theaters. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. I hate when they do that. When they did that with I just saw it, y'all. Hold on. Denzel's Highest to Lowest. I literally had to go to 3 theaters to try to find that movie because it was not playing, or they only had like one show the whole day, 1 or 2 showtimes the whole day. And it was really irritating. So I guess maybe this is going to be streaming really, really soon when they do these really small limited releases. But I'm super excited because this is also set to be like a psychological thriller. I'm trying to think, like, does this focus on a little bit of like racism, or like what is the, I don't like to give too many spoilers to myself, because I'm definitely going to check this out. But let me know if you guys have already seen it. Leave it in the comments if it was good, if I should watch it, or should I wait till it comes to streaming to watch it, or if I should try to get to the theaters real quick and catch it, because child, it's hard to find limited releases. But that's our segment of screen notes this week. Y'all know I love watching a good cozy show in this hot, cold weather that we have in. This weather where you need both air conditioning and a heating blanket, okay? With a good mystery or thriller or something like that. We're basically in spooky season, right? Only got a couple more weeks till Halloween. Okay. Let's go to our next segment, guys. Listen, we're gonna get into some of the trending topics that happened over the week. There wasn't too much going on, but we can talk about what was going on. Okay, so this first thing that I want to get into, why y'all don't ever, men are just not nosy enough for me. I think that's what it is. Men overall are not nosy for me. I've noticed this with my husband. They don't ask good follow-up questions. Like, they just let people talk and they don't ask investigating questions. Like, we want more details, we need more things. And that's exactly what happened this week in that Carlos King interview with Mr. Mathew Knowles. He just left us hanging. Okay, let me give you guys some backstory because you guys weren't there, but I was there. Quick note, I am the Chicago Chapter Beehive founding president, self-appointed, and still sitting. Okay? It is what it is. And I know that some of my internet nieces, y'all were not there when Beyoncé was just getting started, and she was in a group called Destiny Child. I know that on my internet nieces and nephews, y'all didn't know that. Okay? But also, way back in the day, this had to be like 2005, 2009, maybe. No sooner than I'm gonna say 2009. 2009, Beyonce and Alicia Keys collaborated on a little song called Put It in a Love Song. If you love me, put in a love song. Oh, go look it up. It's still a bop, okay? It still goes. It was written and produced by Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys. It was supposed to be a part of her album that came out. This was, I'm looking at Wikipedia now. This was called The Element of Freedom. And it was going to be, I don't know if it was going to be the first single. No, it's just the 4th single. So this was going to be the 4th single, Put in a Love Song featuring Beyonce. Could you imagine? So they released this song, and man, the streets was like, oh, this is hot. Like, we're so excited. Now, back then, every real single was accompanied by a music video. It wasn't it wasn't really ever a situation where a really big song, especially with really big artists, did not get a music video, especially back then, right? And so we are on the edge of the seats. Like, we about to get Alicia Keys and Beyonce. They got this great song together. We about to get visuals with them. Mind blown. Baby, we are still waiting to this day. We are still waiting till this day for that music video. And then the crazy part about it was that on the internet, because yes, we still had the internet back then, on the blogs was unreleased footage. And so we saw like 3-4 seconds of them in their costumes on the streets in this video. Okay, now, sidebar. This is how I knew that Beyonce was going to be on BS with these Renaissance visuals. When y'all started asking her the visuals, I was like, this is about to be another Put in the Love song situation. Leave her alone, because we will not get it. And that's exactly what happened. But anyway, so Carlos King recently sat down with, and mind you, hold on, even before I go to Carlos King, let me show you guys a little bit of footage. Because y'all, some haters will say it's photoshopped, right? So listen, here's a little bit of footage of, I'm gonna mute it, so I don't want no problems with Beyonce and Alicia Keys, but they performed this live. It's not the best sounding performance. I think just because it's really old, it's from like 15 years ago. I don't know. There's just some little hiccups, some hickey ups in this performance. It doesn't sound too great, but you get it. I think this was probably the only time that they even performed this song together. This is it. Okay. All right. So fast forward to today of things, and Mathew Knowles sat down with Carlos King to have this conversation.
We saw a little glimpse of it.
So I get a phone call, because I'm not a micromanager, and they're in the projects hood ghetto in Rio, and Sony hadn't paid the gangsters, and they had to be helicoptered out of there. A whole lot you don't know, young man.
Why is your face agape? Carlos, tell us more.
It's a lot that people don't know.
We know that we don't know, Mr. Mathew Knowles. That's why we're asking you to tell us. The way that there was no more line of questioning after this, we just stopped caring. He didn't say, okay, so then what happened? You guys got the girls out of there. Everyone, I'm assuming everyone was safe. But was everyone safe? Did anybody get hurt? Did anybody get injured? Are you not allowed to talk about this? Are the girls not allowed to talk about this anymore? Okay, so we saw some footage. There is footage released. Actually, on our Wikipedia page, it says, or no, I'm going to go. It says on thatgrapejuice.net that Melina Masukis directed the visual for this. It was filmed in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and that the video was still reportedly finished despite this interruption that Mr. Mathew Knowles, because I respect my elders, alluded to in this conversation. Okay, so now if the video is done, y'all, the video is done. Help me connect the dots. Come on, Carlos, help me, help you, help him connect the dots. Where is the video? Did the gangsters tell you weren't allowed to release the video when y'all got back home? Do the gangsters have the footage? Huh? What's going on? What's going on? Make it make sense. Connect it for me. Why couldn't we get the footage when we... Okay, so then you can't release that footage. Why couldn't they reshoot some additional footage? Because here's the thing that really, really burnt my biscuits is we got projects at the crib. We didn't even have to go to Rio. Okay? Do we or do we not got Marcy's projects? They could have went right there to you could have went right there to your man's old home at Marcy's projects, his old dwelling, stumping ground, if you will. Y'all could have went to the subway, filmed some scenes there. Y'all could have went in and out of the bodega. Okay? Ain't no beaches in New York, and it's surrounded by water. Why are we in Rio? We got projects at the crib. Y'all, I'm so... Okay. We didn't have enough money to do multiple locations. And the gangs, they got the footage, or they told us that because we, hey, we can't release this footage because of the gangsters. Cool. So you mean to tell me Alicia Keys and Beyonce couldn't go into the studio and record some B-roll in the studio and do a real cute behind the scenes of them recording the song together and make that the video? Why are we making this complicated? I just don't understand. Where is the video? Where are the visuals? Carlos King, where were the follow-up questions? Do you know more about the streets than I do? Because you seem to have had an understanding that just clocked for you, that did not clock for the rest of us. Excuse me? Okay, so they didn't check in. Okay, reshoot the video on a lower budget. The way Beyonce Giselle Knowles has gathered her MacBook and iPhone and made videos for less, I don't know why we're having this conversation. Let's move on. They don't want us to have nice things. They don't want us to have nice things. Don't even get me started on these Renaissance Cowboy Carter Act 3 visuals, okay? It is a sore point for me. I just feel like if you establish yourself as a visual artist, respectfully, that was your marketing team, has established you as a visual artist, and we ain't got no visuals, and you ain't new to this, you true to this. I need to talk to Blue. I don't even know why I wasted my time talking to you about this. I need to talk to Blue. Niecy Pooh, call your TT, because I just need to go above your head at this point. Moving on, next topic. Okay, listen, stay with me. Stay with me on this. You got to see my vision. The problem is when T is here, she does not see my vision for this at all. But let me cook. I'm just going to tell you what's going on first. Drake lawsuit over the Kendrick Lamar diss track is officially dismissed. We can let it go now. Okay. This is a report from BBC. It says a judge has dismissed Drake's defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. Judge Jeanette Vargas ruled that Lamar's lyrics, which accused Drake and his associates of being certified pedophiles, were non-actionable opinion and could not be considered defamatory. Wow, what an L. Drake filed the lawsuit in January accusing Universal Music Group, the record label behind both rappers, of defamation by allowing the songs to be published and promoted, saying that it spread false and malicious narrative all over, child. All over, okay? All over the world. Drake's spokesperson said he will appeal against the ruling. UMG said it was pleased with the outcome and was looking forward to continuing its work with the Canadian star. All right, so let me get a little bit more context. In a 38-page order, Judge Vargas called the row between the rappers the most infamous rap battle in the genre's history. So Judge Vargas was very much plugged in, like the rest of the world, okay? She said, well, is it a she? Jeanette, possibly, right? The judge said, the artist's 7-track rap battle was a war of words that was the subject of substantial media scrutiny and online discourse. Okay? She said that although the accusation that the plaintiff is a pedophile is certainly a serious one, the broader context of a heated rap battle with incendiary language and offensive accusations hurled by both participants would not incline the reasonable listener to believe that Not Like Us imparts verifiable facts about the plaintiff. I agree. I think we all can agree, except for T, that we don't really think that Drake is a pedophile. I'll continue. She also noted that in an earlier song, Drake had challenged Lamar to make the pedophilia accusations. Judge Vargas was tapped in. Okay, they go on to say that on the track Tailor-Made Freestyle, Drake used the AI-generated voice of Tupac Shakur to give Lamar advice on how to win the rap battle by saying, talk about him liking young girls. That's a gift from me, suggested the song suggested. The judge says, it's in this context in which such lyrics as say Drake, I hear you like I'm young, must be assessed. Not you set yourself up for your own L, Drake. What? The similarity in the wording suggests strongly that this line is a direct callback to Drake's lyrics in a prior song. Wow. She pointed out that Drake himself had engaged in similar language, quoting a lyric which the star heavily implied that Lamar is a domestic abuser. And another where Drake raps that he heard that one of Lamar's sons may not be biologically his. See, this is the problem. Listen. Hey, listen. I'm a part of the petty ministry of when they go low, we go to Hades. Okay? Them are my people. Okay? So when you go to Hades with a person, if you don't take the high road, you can't take high road approaches. Lawsuits, legalities. You got to stay in the mud. You either are going to settle this in the mud or you're going to cut your losses. Drake, listen to me. Lean in. It's time for you to take this L, go away from this date until January 2027. Yes. You must sit this out for a year. You must. And when you come back, you need to come back with a wife. Hear me out, T. See, I already know. You are rolling your eyes. I already know. Stay over there in Aruba. He needs a wife. Y'all, help me figure out who would be a good... I'm not even mad at the Kim Kardashian link up. I think that's sensational. That's about apples to apples. That's about as equally yoked in this time, in this moment. The both of y'all are so equally yoked. I love that for y'all. Y'all need to get married. If she decides to take on a 6th or 7th husband, it might as well be you, Aubrey. If you don't get married to Kim Kardashian, I think you can get married to someone that's maybe like not a celebrity, but like a really, really pretty girl that is like a doctor. Maybe not even a practicing doctor. Maybe she just has a PhD, or maybe she just graduated out of grad school. Okay. And you marry her. And so she's fine, she's smart, she's credentialed, okay? They can't say she's a gold digger, correct? Right? The girls will want to be like her, okay? The guys will lean in, the girls will lean in because you'll be taken, you'll be off the market, and you come back rebranded as someone who has mellowed out, okay? Who has settled down, who is more serious and thinks about being family oriented, and all about your wife and your son, and your mom. That's what you need to do, Drake. You need a wife. You can also, so Kim Kardashian, or like a really bad like medical student, PhD candidate, because that's kind of like what Ludacris did, right? Ludacris's wife is gorgeous. I think she's supposed to be like a doctor or a lawyer or something. Yeah, that's what you need to do. Then your whole album, love and heartbreak songs on your path to find your wife. Okay, it can even be a double album. First album can be all your trap music for the ninjas, for the homies, okay, and all the girls that dogs you out. And then the next album on the other side could be the double disc, you know what I mean? Could be all the love songs, slow melodies, classic Drake songs, all about your wife. Please, if you understand my vision, and listen, Millie Bobby Brown went and got married when all this drama took place around her name. I know I'm not the first, Drake, Aubrey, I know I'm not the first person that done told you to go get married. I know I'm not. I know what I'm talking about. You need a wife. But this lawsuits, this crying and whining about this song about Kendrick, let it go. You have taken the biggest L. If you've ever having a bad day, hey, at least you're not Drake. It's just one little L. You've had so many other W's and so many other things. You will win again. Okay? You will win again. Let's move on. Please tell me if you guys see my vision. Leave me a comment. Please leave me a comment if you see the vision for Drake having a wife. Look at how we love Idris. Look at how we love Idris. Now, we loved Idris before, but we love him even more for having that wife. Act like you don't know what I'm talking about if you want to. Okay, let's go to the next one, guys. All right. What do we have next? Okay, listen. Y'all gonna have to help me through. I really wish T was here, because I don't know what was going on. Okay. Couldn't tell you. Wendy, Dr. Wendy, I'm gonna put some respect. I'm gonna put some respect on your title. But Dr. Wendy And Eddie Osefo booked on fraud charges. This is from TMZ. Look at the mugshot. Let's just have a moment to clutch our pearls. Have a moment. I am flabbergasted. Do you hear me? Dr. Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie have been booked on criminal fraud charges, TMZ has learned. According to documents obtained by TMZ, the Real Housewives of Potomac star is facing 16 charges. Oh my God, today. 16 charges, including 7 felonies for allegedly making false and misleading info, fraud in excess of $300. She's also facing one, baby, that's that felonies, 7 of them. Okay, I'm keep going. She's also facing one misdemeanor count of making a false statement to an officer. The lies. Okay, the couple was booked Thursday night in Westminster, Maryland. TMZ goes on to say that police say that the couple reported a burglary in April of last year. So this is stuff they've been keeping tabs. They was watching. Feds was watching. It's not feds, but or is it feds? Y'all know I'm not in the streets like that. The couple claimed they found their bedroom ransacked after returning from a trip to Jamaica. According to the prosecution's bail recommendation, documents obtained by TMZ, the couple reportedly told police several designer bags and jewelry had been stolen. But get this, Carroll County Sheriff's deputies allege Wendy was later seen in a social media post wearing a diamond ring she reported stolen. Now, how dumb can you be? The same ring, Wendy? Dr. Wendy, the same, Dr. Wendy Osefo, the same ring. Additionally, an investigation determined numerous items the Osefos claimed were stolen had been purchased and then returned to the store. Do y'all know? Tell me you ain't never worked in retail. No, tell me you never worked in retail. Do you know that we can trace your whole purchase transaction history? My God, with a loyalty ID number. Receipts go back 2, 3, 4, 5 years or longer, depending on the POS system. You did this in your name? Maybe this is still, listen, this is allegedly. This is all alleged. Okay? Allegedly. All right, let's get back into this. Okay, they said the documents indicate the couple had claimed a $450,000 personal property loss to an insurance company. Listen, they're now talking about her credentials. She's taught at Johns Hopkins. She's got all the degrees. We already know this. Okay. College professor, what are we doing? Both of y'all, what are we doing? What is going on over there, Bravo? Y'all can say what you want about love and hip hop, but Mona Scott Young don't be having problems like this. Hell, Shawnee, well, no, there's been a few. Never mind. Had too much dip on my chip at that one. There's been a couple. Let's see. Are there any other reports? Let's see if I can see. This is the Jasmine brand. Exclusive. Real Housewives of Potomac star Wendy Osefo and husband Eddie Bell. I didn't realize. No, okay. I would say, never mind. I thought his last name was Bell for a second. I'm like, I didn't realize they didn't have the same last name. Anyway. Their bail is set at $50,000. They will be released today after posting bond following a fraud arrest. This is from October 10th, 2025. The Jasmine brand exclusively reports that Real Housewives of Potomac star Dr. Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie Osefo have posted bond and are expected to be released from jail today after spending roughly 14 hours in custody. Listen to me. I don't want to do 50 minutes in custody. I simply can't go. And you mean to tell me you are a college professor, a television star, somebody's mama? Locked up? The person that can bail you out is in there with you? According to booking records obtained by that Jasmine brand, the couple's bail was set at $50,000. They were arrested by local Maryland police late Thursday and booked on multiple financial-related charges, including several felony counts tied to allegedly providing false or misleading information. Officials confirmed the Osefos will be required to personally appear in court once a date is scheduled in accordance with a court order. No additional release conditions were imposed. I want to understand. I really wish T was here. I want to understand so deeply the housewife, the prison pipeline. Okay? I'm over here at the cheat sheet. And they got a list. They got a list of people. And T watches all of these shows. See, I only watch the black ones. I'm going to keep it funky. I really only watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't too much get into the other ones. Even Housewives of Potomac, I know it came out. I still haven't watched it. Like, it just takes a lot. I'm so bored with so much that they have going on. But I know my girl T, she watches every single one, every single franchise. She is tapped in, okay? So that's why I wish she was here, so she could give me some little additional info, but that's okay. We Googled it, and it says Wendy is adding her name to a list of housewives that have been accused of fraud. So she's a good company. We've got Teresa Gitis. She's from the Real Housewives of New Jersey, and her husband, Joe Gitis. Both of them spent time in prison for wire fraud, bankruptcy fraud, and tax evasion. And then that's what led to their divorce. And Joe got deported. It said it led to Joe's eventual deportation from the U.S. Then they go on to say the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City alum Jen Shah, she's currently serving time in federal prison after pleading guilty to wire fraud. She was running some type of telemarketing scheme that was messing with the elderly. Now, you know, you a dirty, dirty, dirty broad. Just a low down, dirty, funky feet skeezer. Okay? For messing with elderly people. Mom will answer every call, because that's what they did back in the day. Phone ring, you answer it. She has not processed. She can no longer answer her phone if she doesn't recognize the number. And it's because of people like you, Jen Shaw. Then it goes on to say Erica Girardi from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills was also caught up in a fraud case. And then it says her high-powered lawyer husband, Tom Girardi, was convicted of embezzling millions of dollars from his clients in a 2018 Lion Air crash. Some of that money allegedly went to fund Erica's lavish lifestyle and entertainment career. She didn't get charged in the case. She denies that's what happened. And then we know, listen, based on all of that, I'm glad my girl, the Grand Dame, is out. She had a little drinky drink and hit the tree. Nobody else was hurt behind the tree. Andy, what the hell y'all got going on over there? What do y'all have going on there? Why is this happening like this? Look at this. Looking crazy. The Housewife to prison pipeline. We must study this. We must ask questions. We must. Okay, guys, let's move on. I don't really have nothing else to say about it because listen, I don't too much watch the show. I mean, I've watched it, but I'm not up to date, but I just feel like, hey, how stupid can you be? Sometimes you're so smart and you still so stupid. All them degrees and you didn't think about I'm on TV. People watching me real close. Also, what is the likelihood? What is the likelihood that so many people in your cast end up in jail? I feel like that's super unlikely. It's not impossible, but the probability is very low. And yet, y'all think Bravo is paying these people to go to jail, to catch a case, to catch a charge? Because, hey, why else would you do that? You know everybody is watching you. You on TV flaunting stolen merchandise. Who does that? Wisdom is chasing you, but you are so much faster. Allegedly. All right, listen. Let's move on. I cannot wait to talk about that with T. But let's go into what's going on with the government, child. It's always something. It's always something. With this president. We're still having a government shutdown. Okay? Quite honestly, I've lost count. Perhaps we're in day 11 or 12. I don't know. Okay. Let me pull up this article for you guys. There you go. It says, the Trump administration news, shutdown stalemate drags on as president heads to Israel. That seems like that's important to do right now. The stalemate continues. The government shutdown is on track to extend into a third week. Congress remains deadlocked on a funding plan, and the Senate isn't scheduled to hold any votes until Tuesday. Top House leaders signaled today there's virtually no appetite for their parties to cross the aisle and engage with the other side's demands. All right, they did announce that President Trump said yesterday that he has identified some funds. Has it got anything to do with your trip to Israel? To pay troops next week. It has seemed almost certain that military members wouldn't get their next paychecks, which were scheduled to go out Wednesday. Trump said that in regards to his Middle East trip, this is going to be a very special time and that the war is over. We live in the land of opposites. As he left Washington for Tel Aviv, Israel, the president will speak at Israel's parliament on Monday and meet with Israeli Prime Minister Benny. Okay. As well as the families of the hostages. Leaders from more than 20 countries will join Trump in Egypt for a summit on Gaza's future. I grow so weary. Meanwhile, 4,000 civil service workers were notified that they were being laid off. Let's see if I can pull that up. Yep, this is USA Today article. President Trump begins mass layoffs of federal workers amid government shutdown. Okay. President Trump on Friday followed through his long-standing threat to fire federal workers during the government shutdown, taking aggressive action to downsize the government in a dramatic break from past shutdowns. Okay, the rifts have begun on federal departments and agencies. A spokeswoman would not say how many federal workers are affected, but described the layoffs as substantial. The Trump administration later said about 4,000 federal workers had received RIF notices. The figure was detailed in a court document that the Justice Department submitted in response to a lawsuit from unions representing government workers. And they say that this is not it. Additional layoffs are coming. A senior administration told USA Today. Okay, so this is the breakdown. They say some of the first wave of layoffs included 7 federal departments. That's 315 workers in the Commerce Department, 466 in the Education Department, 187 in the Energy Department, between 1,100 and 1,200 in the Department of Health and Human Services. Who needs them, right? 442 in the Department of Housing and Urban Development, 176 in the Department of Homeland Security, and 1,446 in the Treasury Department. I don't know, y'all. It almost seems like it almost seems like the president does not like the American people. It's almost like our president is colluding with foreign governments and conspiring against the American people. But hey, maybe not, because these are the people that voted for him. So all's well that ends well, I guess. I don't know. This is what y'all said y'all wanted. Meanwhile, okay, this week, y'all's president also lost on bigly. He lost out on winning the Nobel Peace Prize. When a reporter asked the Nobel Peace Committee chair why Trump didn't win the Nobel Peace Prize, the committee chair responded something on the lines of, "We give the award to people of courage and integrity." So there's that. BT Newsroom is reporting that Maria Corina Machado is actually the winner of the Nobel Peace Prize. But they point out that she has a pretty problematic past herself. They kind of go through all the times where she has supported Trump on his bombing of Venezuelan ships. She once said, and I quote, "I totally support his strategy. And I've said on behalf of the Venezuelan people that we are very grateful. I think it is the right thing to do. It's courageous and visionary." When asked, but attacking a speedboat, just killing 11 citizens, she responded, "I'm in favor of the U.S. dismantling this criminal structure." So they give a little bit more information about her. They say that she is a U.S.-backed white ring opposition leader who was disqualified from running for president of Venezuela in 2024 by the Supreme Court because of her involvement in a corruption plot orchestrated by usurper Juan Guaido. She supports foreign sanctions and intervention against her country.
One day we'll have a close relationship between Venezuela and Israel, and I believe, and I can announce this, that our government will move our Israeli embassy to Jerusalem. That will be part of our support to the state of Israel.
Wow, in God's will. Thank you so much.
So that is her speaking to a reporter about how, hey, she wants to reestablish the Venezuelan embassy in occupied Jerusalem. It all sounds like, I don't know, I just feel like it's giving treason. It could be me though. I don't know. It could be me, because back in my day, you couldn't really be establishing yourself as a dictator and, all in cahoots with foreign entities. But hey, what do I know? Okay? What do I know? We have just gotten ourselves in such a mess. This did bring some warmth to my heart. They say you never know who's really watching you or listening to you. It seems like maybe, I'm sure she has not at all watched this show at all, but she did take our note. Doesn't mean that somebody in her team didn't give her the note from us, okay? But some kind of way, our note got to Kamala Harris. And a few weeks ago, she and I talked about how she was getting harassed and heckled at her book tour while she's promoting her book. And she recently stopped by Chicago, got heckled, and this was her response.
They'll figure out who you are soon enough. And I sometimes think about, I'm not president of the United States.
Whoop. Whoop. Rocket. I am so proud. I am so proud. Like, I don't know if she got it from our notes or somebody else's notes, but yes, okay. We try to reshare with you all. Schoolhouse Rocks, 3 branches of government. She's not the president. She is not the president. You guys are trying to hold her accountable for the genocide in Palestine, and I have questions. When do you guys ever heckle J.D. Vance? When are you heckling President Trump? When are you heckling Joe Biden? President Obama? Clinton? Bush? Both of them twice. Like, this conflict in Palestine with Gaza has been going on for about 48 years. Why is she getting harassed and heckled? And she's never been the president of the United States. hold her accountable. Okay, fine. Let's say, hey, you guys want to give her some type of power that we didn't see alluded to in Schoolhouse Rock, but you're not coming with that same energy to nobody else. Why is that, I wonder? That's interesting. So I know that's right. Go off, Kamala. Go the fuck off. Go off again. Next time, throw your shoe. Because I don't think they heard you. Next time, throw your shoe. Hit them in their ear. Okay? Hit them in the ear with your pump. Please. Lord. Okay. What do we have next? I think I just need to go into some quick notes for you guys. Quick notes. Let's see. Quick notes. Quick notes. I don't know why I like singing Boondock when I go into quick notes. Oh, but I do. Okay. Couple quick notes for you guys. Let's see. It looks like yes, Versus may be coming back. Versus is poorly making a comeback with Cash Money versus No Limit Soldiers. Internet nieces and nephews, do you know anything about Cash Money holding it down for the 99 and the 2000s? Make them say, the 9. Silk the Shocker being the first offbeat rapper. Okay? C Murder. Mystical. Mia X. Do any of these people ring bells? I know y'all probably know Cash Money because Wayne, Nicki, and Drake, Tyga. I know, but do you guys know No Limit? Master P? I think some of my internet nieces and nephews, my babies don't know this, but this is I think I'm excited about this. This is actually going to be a live show that happens in Las Vegas on October 24th. This is 25th. This is going to mark the first versus battle in over 3 years. The last one being Omarion versus Mario. I'm excited about that. I can't wait to see that. That sounds like a good time. Halle Bailey is releasing her debut album, Love or Something Like It. I didn't realize that we didn't have a solo album from Halle yet. It's just something about like the whole hoopla around like The Little Mermaid, that being such a big, like a big hoopla. There was a big song, Part of Your World. We saw her performing so much. For that, I just felt like I have in my head made that be part of her debut album experience. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about Halle releasing this music. Fun fact, when I went to France, last time I went to France, and this was a while ago, the whole flight, I just played Chloe and Holly's Who Knew on repeat. I replayed that one song, Who Knew, I think it's from the Grown-Ish soundtrack, on repeat. They just sounded so angelic. I just felt like if I was going to be that close in the sky, in the heavens, that I wanted the angels in my ears. And so I played that song. I really love that song. I can't wait to listen to Halle's album. I think it's going to be super eclectic. I don't know what the vibe is going to be, but I'm pretty sure because like the singles we've gotten have been very like either mellow R&B or almost like, would you say rock? Like at least alternative R&B. So I'm excited for that. Can't wait, Halle. Listen, y'all, we lost Diane Keaton. We lost Diane Keaton, the beloved filmmaker. She's an Oscar-winning actress. She was also an author. She's best known for her roles in the Godfather trilogy. I know her from Father the Bride. I know her best from Father the Bride. She was a director. She also acted in a movie called Annie Hall, the Book Club franchise. She died at age 79. We don't yet know the cause. Listen, people are dying that ain't never died before. Okay? People are dying that ain't never died before. All right. And then that same week, like late last week, Dolly Parton's sister got on the line asking for thoughts and prayers for Dolly. We all had to clutch our, hey, hold on. We can't lose Dolly. Not at a time like this. God has a sense of humor because we have put in requests. You know, when you hit, listen, forgive me, Father. But I'm just going to say what everybody is thinking. You know, when you're at work and you do those anonymous feedback forms and you get to snitching on people, telling people what they should be doing on their job. HR know it's you, right? And they gonna tell your manager, they know it's you, but you think you're anonymous, so you leave that little feedback. Well, we have all responded. Almost all of us, almost at least half of this country has responded. Who we need you to take next, Lord? And you're close. You're on the right track. I see what you're doing. Diane starts with a D. You almost took our good sis Dolly out. You own the right track with the D's. Donald Trump is right there. Let me not be cute with it. You've got to be clear, concise, and specific. Hey, if you're going to be taking good people out, take some from the other side. Okay? Some of the Sith Lords. Forgive me. I just thought we were clear. All right. I'm gonna go into some closing notes for my people. I don't know. This wasn't that bad. I felt like I did the best I could. What I had. I did the best I could with what I had with my girl T being gone. All right, but let me give you guys some closing notes. So there's a lot going on. We know with this administration, with ICE, okay, there's a lot going on with troops being deployed against citizens in major cities. It's just like a warpath. And this includes my hometown of Chicago. Right now, we have a temporary block that is preventing the National Guard troops from being deployed in our city, but that may or may not change soon. And so I've seen a lot of chatter online about hey, what do we do? How do we kind of navigate what everybody has clocked as Trump's really nefarious, this administration's nefarious plan to instate martial law. Okay. He wants to instate martial law. He wants to collect all of the Infinity Stones, child. I don't know. He wants to snap the American people into a full-blown dictatorship under his heel. All right. Under his eye. Okay. And so everybody just asking how do we navigate this? What do we do if we give in and do what he says and we take to the streets and we try to fight back against a lot of this violent and unjust snatching of people literally off the streets and out of their cars and out of their homes and out of hospitals by ICE, then he'll just use that in the courts to prove that citizens are being unruly, and use that to initiate martial law. And then if you don't do anything, then the abuse can just go on for forever, at least until we're able to change the tide in the mid-elections. And so there's always a silver lining. And the silver lining is my nieces and nephews and all of y'all that are Gen Zs, you have the natural ability, the gift, if you will, of trolling. Okay? Y'all take trolling to new heights. And I love that for you. I love that y'all are part of the petty ministry. So this is what you do. I'm going to show you some videos. Okay? Just for inspo, just for a little inspiration. If you're trying to say to yourself, hey, how do we do this? This is how you troll. Get into it.
What's your real name? What's your barber name? What's your barber name? What's your barber name? What's your name? What's your street name? I did. Sin from Ice Age looking ass.
Not Sid from Ice Age. Not Sid from Ice Age. Here's another one. Okay? Roasting. Absolutely. 100%.
Arrest me, Daddy.
Right? Just unmitigated trolling. Y'all have this in your blood. Y'all have been trolling. Y'all put the O in troll. Get to roasting these agents. Get to twerking. This is why we had crumping, right? Like, it sounds stupid and I'm being funny, but this is hey, this is why we had crumping. It's because we wanted to have like a little bit of extra spice on our show of nonviolence, right? Like the civil rights movement, we needed to show optically. We had to show the world globally that all this anti-Black, barbaric, violent, white supremacist rhetoric about why they're able to treat us in this inhumane way was a reflection on them and not us, because, hey, we're actually very peaceful. But do that, but add a little spice to it, nephew and niece. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is when you start taking to the streets, trolling, roasting, twerking, just call them all type of like ridiculous names, make fun of them. Okay? And hey, this is also with like the Sharks in West Side Story. This is what they were doing. This is like some Michael Jackson wanna be starting something, beat it type energy. Okay? Get into your musical theater. Huh? Get into. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Get into your J-Lo. Okay? Get into. Baby, what is Ice gonna do with that? What is Ice gonna do with that? You pull that up on Ice, what are they gonna do? You pull that up on the troops, you hit that note, you get the belting, okay? Huh? What are they gonna do? Listen, you got this. You got this. Y'all are the most unserious people that have ever been unserious. And so you know how to do the answer. It's like Wizard of Oz, okay? Answer is it's been inside of you this whole time. Y'all got this. We're gonna stay strong. We're gonna prevail. And yeah, that is what it is. That is what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching me and listening to me by myself on this week's episode of We Have Some Notes. You guys, T will be back next week from Aruba. You guys can follow her at T_Shantae. Follow her everywhere. And you can follow me at Chantel Chavon. I hope that she doesn't plan on taking any more vacations anytime soon. I miss my boo. But I hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll be back next week. Bye.